Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So have you ever received an annual raise where it's so small that you just get so sad and you don't really know what to do? You don't know if you should quit, you don't know if you should ask for more of a raise, or even if there even is an opportunity to ask for anything more than what you already got. And so in this video, I want to go over the mindset of why an annual raise of even just 3% is not going to get you rich anytime soon. And I have it calculated in a spreadsheet, which we'll be doing in this video, to show you how long it would take to actually make a decent amount of money. And then I want you to ask yourself if you're willing to wait that long or accept those current situations. And I know annual raises aren't much, and I think if you don't think it's that much, you should find ways on how to improve your income levels, perhaps even building multiple income streams, or even just getting passive income, so then you're not as worried with how much money you make, because now you have the amount of time that you need to really just enjoy life overall. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over to this screen with Excel file, and I will be posting a link in this video of this exact Excel file so you can take a look at it, tweak it, use it for your own benefit. Hope you enjoy. And so here is the Excel file that I made. I'll go over it first, a template style. So here we have your base salary. All these calculations in yellow can be modified, and it will change the spreadsheet that's located on the right in blue. So I chose a base salary of $60,000. I have it projected for, let's say, an average age person that just got out of college. So 60,000 seems pretty reasonable. Here we go again with the 3% annual raise, just to show you how much growth that would be overall. And then we'll go over, let's say you switch jobs, and this can also be tweaked too. So if you're getting 25% raises, 40% raises, etc., you can modify it and use this Excel sheet for your benefit. And so currently it's 2020, so I pulled from the IRS the tax bracket rate, because we have to account for taxes in your income to see what you actually will get distributed into your bank account. And to note, I did not include medical expenses, and if you're doing any type of 401k or investments that pull directly from your salary. So keep that in mind, that these numbers might be slightly less if you do any of those investments or paying for healthcare. So that's the tax bracket rate. And then on the right over here is your projection of how much money you will actually take home based off of your salary and your tax bracket. So let's do a quick run through. So let's say that you stayed at your same job every single year. Actually, let's take one step back. Let's do a high level of how the formula works to help you guys understand this Excel file. And again, the links for this Excel file will be posted in the video comment and description so that you can take a look at it for yourself. Free download as always. So age is just something that I calculate downwards of every single year. Same with years of service, so how long have you been working. Salary, the first point of salary is pulling exactly from the side on the left for B2. And then it starts showing you the 3% raise. And this might be semi-complicated, but basically I'm calculating your initial salary plus a rate of growth and then adding that up. So that's what we're seeing going all the way down, assuming you stay at your job and you got a 3% raise. And then, so if you fall in a certain tax bracket, I actually had this kind of looks like a complicated Excel formula here. Basically, it's filtering, it's selecting the salary that you have on the left over here, and it's filtering down based off what bracket you have, and then applying that tax rate to your salary and then throwing it out here. So this will automatically update based off of your income salary, which will automatically update based off what your base salary is, and if you put a little asterisk here for switching jobs. So going with $60,000 and you're working at 22, so fresh out of college, and you can see that you can expect about $46,000 in your bank account. Again, assuming you aren't paying for medical expenses, etc., 401k. So let's just go down the list. Let's say you work at that job. By the age of 30, that growth rate, you should expect to make $76,000. And so that you would take home about $59,000 a year, which is not that much. Keep in mind too that if you want to be incredibly wealthy, you need to find a way to expedite the amount of income that you're taking home. And around the age of, anything between your 20s and your 30s, you're probably going to have a kid. So there's going to be a huge expense taken right on your income already because you have additional expenses in your life. So let's just kind of fast track a little bit forward. So let's say you're in your 40s, you're making 6 figures now, but you're really only taking home $77,000 a year. And that's not that much to take home. So $77,000 might sound like a lot, especially if you are younger and perhaps not making as much money right now. You're definitely not rich. You could probably consider yourself probably higher income than the average, but not at all in the sense of wealthy. And there's different ways on how you can build wealth, which I'll go down further in this video. So let's say you continue to work, 50 years old, 137,000, bring home $104,000 a year. And you're probably just at around 50, if you're still working, you're probably just waiting to reach retirement, which, it changes. If you saw my last video, if you haven't seen my last video, I talk about how the retirement age of around 67 might be going up and how I think that's an arbitrary age to retire. If you haven't seen that video, I would recommend taking a look at it. But let's say you retire at 67, you've been working for 46 years, and you're making a whopping $226,000, which really brings home you $147K. Again, sounds like a lot, but when you're about 67, you're trying to retire, you probably would have thought of a way that maybe you should have retired earlier to enjoy your life, because now you're at this peak point where if you've made it this far, health risks do go up and time has come to an end. So I don't think that's a very good way to at least live life, where you're just trying to make more money but you're not enjoying the time while you're alive. All right, so let's do an example, a little more aggressive example. Let's say you're ambitious and you actually change jobs every couple years. Let's say you change jobs every 5 years and you're trying to get a 15% raise every single time you switch. So the cool thing with this Excel file is that you can actually put this asterisk on the switch jobs category, and it'll automatically update with your new income and project that new take-home salary. So an example, let's say 22, let's say around 28 or so, you switch jobs. You throw this little asterisk in, and you can see on the right, your salary goes up and your taxes go. So I'll delete it really fast to show you. We're at 79, 71. All right, so let's put that in. And let's say around 35 or so, you want to switch jobs. Put that in there. Okay, now you're making about 109,000 a year, bring home 83K. And then let's say you do that again. And it's probably gonna be a little bit harder to switch jobs as you get older if you have kids, because you probably want to keep your kids in the same system so they can continue to progress in their education. So let's say 40 years old, making 142K, which seems like a lot. That's 108K take home. You get taxed. You can kind of see here, this tax bracket, you are making 142, but you're bringing home only 108. That just kind of shows you guys on this category that you really do get taxed a lot in your W-2 job, and that takes a toll, especially when your growth and your income. So let's say you got maybe 1 or 2 more moves left in your career to switch again. 195, you're probably around, maybe a director or so in a company making that much, but really you're paying a lot of taxes. So you hang out for a little bit and you got 1 more switch in your life. Around 57, and you're gonna keep this job till you retire. So let's say you're not doing the average, you retire at 67. So you're at 67, you're probably not making 393K because the job probably has a cap much lower than that. But for an example, say 67, you'd be making 393, but only bringing home 255. So that just shows you so much in taxes that, man, it makes me so sad that if you're really trying to wait till 67 and make that much money and you forget that you're being taxed at such a high rate, that probably was a faster and better way, more efficient way to do it. So there you have it, guys. That is the Excel file that I'll be sharing with you. You can update it as every single year goes on with these new tax brackets. You can change your base salary. So let's say you're making $45,000 a year. Now it shows you how much money you'd be making with that income tax bracket. So 45K, you bring home about 35K. And as you go up, never switch jobs, you could probably make 170K at that growth rate. So that's a lot of fun. And so obviously what I'm trying to bring home to you guys in this video is getting small raises is not going to cut it for you if you're trying to build a lot of wealth and a lot of income. And so I've always have said that passive income is just so much better than active income because you're taxed a lot less. As you can see, as shown in this video, the tax bracket for making more income means more taxes paid, and that continually just goes up, which is a sort of a crippling factor if you're an active W-2 income source. Now, having passive income, you're taxed at about 15%, and that stays at 15% no matter how much money you make, as long as if it is passive. That is why I think the vehicle for passive income is just so awesome. Even when I was looking at the spreadsheet, to be taxed at 15%, your income has to be between $9,000 and $40,000. And clearly, if you own a lot of passive income, you'll be making much more than that, and you will always be taxed at that 50% bracket. So again, guys, just remember that if you're looking for ways to build good long-term wealth, look for assets that provide you passive income to support the lifestyle that you want. If you guys like this video and you like the Excel file, definitely give me a thumbs up. If you have any recommendations for tweaking the Excel file or something else that you would like to see with using the screen capture software, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be working on future videos that talk about real estate and how to calculate your projections on return on investment, perhaps your internal rate of return, to help break that down to you in case you are interested in investing in that type of asset. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching the Growth Mindset channel. Please do me a favor by sharing this video with one of your friends. And as always, I hope you have a great day. Take care.